him, I was like, dude, don't buy all of it. I'm assuming they unplugged the machine and they bought all the product.
Yes, that is correct. We have police officers now tending to vending machines of Pokemon cards, and people are calling the cops to get these people removed. This has divided the community deeply. Let's play a couple clips, break it down here, and kind of look at all the aspects that we can.
I just bought it all with my credit card. It's on my credit card.
Yeah, you gotta pay it off now?
I asked him, I was like, dude, don't buy all of it. I'm assuming they unplugged the machine and they bought all the product. Everything. So
Well, stop this transaction.
So we want to trespass.
So what did they pay any money?
They paid money, yeah, but they bought it all because they...
What I'm gathering, just kind of looking at the situation, yes, there are collectors, other scalpers maybe, who knows, that are at this vending machine. But the guy says they want to trespass him, which I'm assuming is because these store employees know that this is happening. They've probably been passed by management to try and get this to be a little bit tame and under control. And rightfully so. We've seen fights and everything else going on at these stores that I can assure you liability and kind of the satisfaction of all their customers is important to some degree. But obviously, this guy was not going to back off or listen. He's like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, oh, I'm just here buying cards.
Did you buy all this?
Yeah, I just bought it all with my credit card. It's on my credit card.
Yeah, you gotta pay it off now?
I asked him, I was like, dude, don't buy all of it.
Did you unplug the machine?
I didn't touch anything on the machine. But I came here when the guy was buying Pokemon cards and it shut down. He left about 10, 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. Okay. So he unplugged it.
The problem is that people are just gotta, like, they need to not plug the machine in now.
So this is the hack that I'm referencing in the title of this video. And the hack is Pokemon obviously updated. They shut down all the machines, if you guys have been keeping track of this. And then they were like, okay, we're going to make it where not every person that comes up will have the same selection. We're going to rotate it through. Sometimes they'll say it's not even stock to try and combat scalpers. But then the guy that's working there, which probably he might be a collector himself, who knows, but he is essentially watching this guy. He says, don't sit there and take all the product. And you did unplug it. He watched you. Like, I doubt the employee there is having some kind of bias for somebody that would just be there. But you can see with these updates, he is still getting all the prismatic and all the journey together, which is what is upsetting a lot of the people that are even there when it comes to the people in line. And on top of that, you know, I'd love to see if the employees or whatever could prove that he was tampering with this machine, because this is at the entryway of what looks like to be a grocery store. And essentially, they would be able to tell if he did tamper with it.
Like, if they want to come here and buy cards, that's fine. The minute they
But
get
I already
plugged
bought
in
it
the
all with
machine
my
now,
credit card.
then, you know what I
And then
mean?
this guy said he's going to report.
That's
He's a
what
manager.
That's what we have.
Okay, so how can we resolve this in a way that the customer's happy, the business is happy? What's the best way to resolve it? Because you may not get your card, you might get the money.
Well, I just, the transaction. I didn't vend all of it, but I already paid for all of it.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's the same shit this guy would do, man.
But it doesn't say a limit. I put it in the transaction.
See that thing in the top?
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. Bro, it took all the prismatic, all the journey together, bro. That's crazy.
I'll go about my day, but I already purchased.
Well, tell you what, here's the big manager. This is the big manager. And he's just a manager doing his job. Okay, no problem. So you had, I know, you didn't.
I'm
You
not
guys
trying to
had
fire or argue. I did not say nothing to him.
step over here with Big Mike, and you guys sort out a solution, okay? And then that's gonna be it.
Okay.
I just love that this guy is playing so dumb in this entire situation. He's like, I don't know, man. I'm just like some 30-year-old dude. Like, I already bought the cards, man. I already, like, officer, I'm just here to get the cards, man. Just like, and us as people that are into this hobby, you're like, dude, you're not just some like, oh, I just got a couple boxes of this thing that's just like the hottest new thing that's ever out. I do have to also say, like, I'm surprised that the officer did not separate these two parties. Typically, they would like to, like, separate what's going on. Let's come together, make a resolution of some kind and see what we can deal with. But that's not what we're seeing in the situation at all. You know, we have hope in the hobby, and I'm going to tell you, this is one of those situations where We're already seeing it. Journey Together prices are coming down. We're seeing the slow bring down of Settle. We're going to see a little peak up again with Destin Rivals. But I am a person that I'm not trying to make content about the market of where it's going up, down. I'm a guy click through all these screens and look at the charts, you know. I don't want that. But I do like talking about overarching ideas within Pokemon. And one of those being, if you remember the last set from Sword and Shield, Crown Zenith, everyone's like, oh my god, it's awesome, collect it, you know, but it was printed to oblivion. And I think that we're already seeing the settling down. Destin Rivals is going to be way overprinted, and the 6 to 9 months, which they saw this coming, where it's going to come out late May, that's going to give them at least about 6 months to, you know, get some things moving. As you saw from Stellar Crown and Surging Sparks, that slow build up, they were being actively printed, I think, as the hype has gone on. And so I think we're going to see a ton of this come out, and the people are not going to know what to do as the hype dies down. And that's for several other reasons that aren't even in the control of Pokemon. A lot of people have vacations. They have the summertime activities they want to do. They have other things that are going on as the weather gets better as well, where everybody, you watch anybody on Pokemon, YouTubers talk about this, the hobby will chill out at some point. The only thing going against that, which I don't want to say has a direct correlation, is Pokemon ZA is coming out very soon. But I'll say we don't see hypes really around the mainstream games that come out. We've seen it typically with Pokemon Go or Pokemon Pocket TCG, where this is something that they kind of bring the hype as a more casual person coming in. But who knows? Maybe Pokemon ZA goes off the rails and is insane with Switch 2. Maybe, and hopefully, these people just go to Switch 2 and start scalping that. Who knows? Actually, never mind. I'm not going to say that because I actually want one of those things. But, you know, I do think we are seeing in the infancy of the downturn. And I'm not just trying to drag this long-winded. I'm trying to be honest with you guys. When you watch Pokemon YouTubers, the crash, oh my god, whatever hype thing have you ever seen where it goes down in like pop culture type things that are like this? You typically don't see it all at once. It's typically a slow bring down until eventually people are like, oh yeah, what happened to that thing, Pokemon or whatever? And then they're like, maybe it gets some resurgence later on. But right now, I think we have seen kind of the peak of where Destin Rivals is going to be at, and then that's where we're going to see the trickle down. And so anybody that's holding on to this modern product, my advice, my thoughts, sell it. Sell it. If you're going to make $1, this is the time to do it, because there's been enough time to calibrate and know the ability of print capable machines and all that, and kind of factoring that in with what is out there. Pokemon's going to make their money, dude. They are. And the people that are smart, like me, and like I assume a lot of my viewers, you guys are probably not buying this at above MSRP, or so maybe you bought it once or twice, you know, enough to get your experience. And then you're kind of holding back and just like, all right, we'll see. That's just what I'm going to say from this. What do you think about the future of this coming in the next year? Because I think we're going to see a totally 180 by about Thanksgiving of next year. So that's my prediction essentially, but I'd love to know what you guys think.